The days of giving away ebooks, PDFs is dead. If you're still doing that, and I hope you aren't, you're like 2-3 years behind.
How can I create better content that's going to drive more customers, that's going to drive more revenue? Then I can use that revenue to drive growth, and it just like it compounds over time.
Leaning into like what makes you weirdly you is how the empires are built. We're living in this time where you can make all your dreams come true, and it's really hard to sleep when you can make your dreams come true.
Dope. Well, thanks for joining the show, dude. It's been a long time coming.
Of course, man. Of course. Welcome to freedom. I'm excited for you. It's been a while. We've been talking about this for a long time, so I'm stoked.
Yeah, it's been a minute. And I'm having fun with the show, just catching up with people, being able just to publish freely and write the newsletter and all the social stuff as well.
You deserve it, dude. It's been a long time coming. Also, internetempires.com, sick domain. Very sick. I've been thinking about that a lot. I think I'm actually I don't know when this is coming out, but Sunday's blog piece I think is going to be around empires and
Yeah.
it depends, I guess, when the podcast comes out, but I want to fit that in there. So I'm stoked. Yeah.
Sounds good. Yeah, I was surprised that the domain was available. I think I paid like $900 for it, $1,000. So I thought it was pretty cheap.
Yeah.
So
That's
I
not
saw
bad,
it, grabbed
dude.
it, and then I just sat on it for a little bit until time was right,
That's not bad, dude. It's not friend.com, 2 million or whatever. So.
Exactly. Cool, man. Well, for the people who don't know who you are, maybe you could just share a little about who you are, what you do, why you love memes, everything in between.
Yeah. I'm the MemeLord, founder of MemeLord Technologies, author of Memes Make Millions, viral MemeLord subway comedian, goofball in New York. One half entrepreneur founder, one half comedian. I guess that'd be a good way to put it. Somewhere
Nice.
like mixed between Mac Miller and Balaji Srinivasan, which is like a very weird combination, but I work with it. My two probably biggest influences are very, very different.
And you've actually done shows, right?
Yeah.
Like you're like a real comedian.
Yeah. So I've done like stand up when I'm not, working on coding and building my software or whatever. It's I'm filming shows. So we're launching this show called Silly Valley Ventures where we're building stupid startups, and then I got the comedy shows on the side and sketches and stuff. So it's a combination, but I guess a little more background. So we met like 3-4 years ago. We were both ghostwriting for founders and VCs. And so that's how I got my start, was just cold DMing founders, and offering to write for them. Cause I was broke kind of kid, and, just hustled my way, just meeting people and sharing my thoughts on the internet. And, while I was doing that, I realized a lot of these founders, they wanted silly content because they saw that was getting views, and I was like, oh, amazing. I don't have to do like boring posts. I could do fun stuff and like actually make great money for it and get paid for making memes. And then I meet people like you and Charlie who are also getting paid for making memes, and I'm like, oh, this is real. Like, social media managers and ghostwriters need a meme software, marketers need a meme software. And so I went all in on meme marketing and my software. Quit my job about 6 months ago, and it's been growing ever since. So it's been crazy.
So let's break down what the software is, because I know you have a few different offerings and all around memes. So what is the software itself, and then the service-based product that you also do?
Should I do a little demo or what?
Hell yeah, let's do it.
All right, let's do it. So I'll share my screen. I'm excited for this. Always love showing. So the software is called MemeLord Technologies, and the basic plan, you get access to the entire meme editor, so you can see here all the latest trending memes. It's like, all right, so when I'm 5 minutes late to Ish's podcast, I actually wasn't late. I was on time this time, but you're able to edit all these different memes. You get all the newest trending ones, and then you also get, classics. We've got videos. So we've got like a viral video editor. And then we also got like all the stickers that you could possibly imagine that you want to throw on here. We go back to the meme editor, and we have like a ton of AI tools. So because AI models are just like coming out all the time, we are integrating them like crazy. And by we, I mean me, because it's literally me. But like you can like animate your memes now. So meme to video. any like AI background or any AI meme editing you want to do. So like, hey, add a hat on this guy, right? And so I was like screwing around with that earlier. Here's I was just adding sunglasses on myself and or 3D glasses, and then adding sunglasses and headphones. So I face swapped myself onto Don Draper there, all in MemeLord, dude. So this is all in here is the face swapper, and then you're able to actually animate yourself now, and so you could see like it's actually me, you know, whatever. Like we're building this thing where you could actually build mini shows and mini goofy,
Sick.
clips, and so that's really a long haul goal for me is build out this entire meme empire into a mix of content and shows. And so really, dude, I think what you'll find super cool about this is the software works as a distribution platform for my content. So I press this right here. Hey, you need some entertainment while you're memeing? Okay, go listen to Jason's podcast, right?
Sick.
And when I have a new book come out, right? So in the home dashboard or whatever, there's my book right here with George Bush as the face, because why not?
Nice.
And then I also like, I have here where it goes to our memes as a service agency. I have the merch. I even, dude, I can't show this publicly because it has all the emails and stuff, but in our admin section, we actually manage our entire memes as a service agency in our software. So,
Sick.
all the different clients, when I press admin, you would see them right there and you would see all their different content that we send over to their accounts, right? And so it's all in one place. And so I'm really personally excited. This software revolution is letting people build their own personal software for, weird stuff. And, this like is so micro niche that like, 10 years ago it would have costed, I don't know, maybe millions, maybe hundreds of thousands to build, but it's just me. And so, because the internet is just getting better and better, and all the AI and all the shit like that, like as a creator, you could kind of build software. So I'm really excited about it, man. So.
Dope, dude. I guess the two obvious questions are like, A, why hasn't anybody done this before? And then B,
Yeah.
how'd you build it? I don't know if you're super
Yeah,
technical
yeah.
or not, but yeah.
Yeah, so the reason why nobody built this before, I think there's a couple things. So one is there's a lot of meme editors and there's a lot of boring marketing software. But I'm the first who's combined it where it is a meme editor specifically for marketers, right? And so that was the combination. And dude, I've been building this moat for 3 years now. I wrote the book, built my audience to 100,000 plus across socials, and worked with giant clients and still do. And so I think the combination of that added up where I just have this moat in me marketing that like you can't fuck with me at this point.
Yep.
And I will destroy it. So that's number one is the combination. Like nobody took memes serious enough to turn a meme editor into a marketing, and nobody took memes serious enough again to turn a boring marketing software into memes, right?
Yep.
And I'm the only one who is stupid enough and maybe smart enough to take memes seriously and build an entire marketing software because I saw this trend early. And so to answer your question about how I built it, I am non-technical. I don't know how to code. So I used Bubble. This is all
Nice.
actually no code. And so, this entire thing is no code. There's some stuff where I spent so much time learning, absolutely insane amount of time, drinking Red Bull, staying up all night, watching YouTube videos, just trying to read, ask ChatGPT questions, paying the occasional freelancer to help with the really fancy hard stuff.
Yeah.
But it's yeah, dude, we live in a pretty cool world where a dumbass like me can build software and build like a profitable company around it.
Hell yeah.
So it's pretty sick.
So like, I guess how do you make money with it? It's a software as a
Yeah,
service, so you
yeah.
charge a subscription, and then maybe the memes as a service. You could talk about that.
Yeah, yeah. So I'll show you right here. This is like key to the empire. So I'll just log out, and then so you see this is the homepage right here. When people press free trial, they get hit right here. So we've got the MemeLord micro penis plan and MemeLord Pro. So most of most people either start on the micro penis because they're like, what the hell is this software for making memes? This is stupid. And then a lot of people convert over to pro because like we've just got so much on here where it's the AI background removal, the viral video editor, and people get a 3-day free trial as well. So a lot of people end up converting. And then, the thing that's so cool about owning the software and the agency part of it is like a lot of people who sign up or whatever, they sign up, they're like, I'm excited to make memes. And maybe it's a social media manager, maybe it's a CMO, right? We have CMOs of public companies, they want to check it out, but they don't actually have time, right? And so everybody who signs up, they go to my CRM and then I hit them with an email if they look interesting. I'm like, hey, you don't have time? Like, let our team do it and we'll do it for cheap because I own the software. I could just do it. Like, I got my team. Like, I don't need anything fancy. And so, the software being so cheap has actually led to a lot more signups from like, people who might not have signed up if I charged some big SaaS fee, right? But then
Yep.
those signups end up turning into, tens of thousands of dollars in contracts. So it's yeah, man, it really excites me about what you're able to build right now. And I'm trying to build the Palantir of memes, man. So
Oh
services
yeah.
and software. So
That's cool. We just had a Brett from Design Joy on the show, and I don't know if you know about
nice.
his story, but he's
Mm.
basically a one-man show, design agency, making $1 million a year, literally by himself, like no contractors, no nothing. And like, I've learned about his story over like throughout the years. I've been following for a while, and I asked him on the show, like, how the heck do you do it? And the secret basically is like, A, you have to be really good about what you do. So he's a really good designer. And obviously you're really good at memes and you're funny and all that, so you get it. But then B, the second point that he said is I productize as much as possible. So I offer like a very specific offering and nothing more, nothing less. So I think that's probably how you're able to manage it too, right? It's you offer memes
Dude,
and memes
exactly.
is it.
So
You don't offer like, stories driven content or like, you know,
yeah,
blogs or whatever.
exactly. So I started out with all the ghostwriting and stuff. But as you know, once ChatGPT came out, that became like, I'm just gonna screw around here. Add a camera for this 3D. Have him holding a camera. And so yeah, dude, being able to actually productize the thing is super powerful where you have set prices. So we do like, we started at 420.69 for one meme a
Nice.
day and 6.99 a month for 3 memes. And now we raised it to 6.99 a month for one meme a day and 9.99 a month for 3 memes a day. We do have like higher
It's a lot of
bespoke
memes.
plans.
Yeah.
Dude, it's a lot of memes, but it's actually not that much because if you're posting across socials, some things don't work. Sometimes you don't like the meme that we made, which is like natural. And so maybe if you get three, you post two, right? And that's
Mhm.
fine. Um, so
Well, how do
there's
you do it then? Do you have like
yeah.
do you have a small team like agency that
Yeah, yeah. So
yeah,
I
you
have a
kind of have to,
small
right?
team. Yeah, yeah, exactly. So I have a small team, and at first it was all me, and now we've got kind of a team handling most of that stuff. The way that we set it up is all looms. So I don't take any calls. I don't do anything like that. It's all looms and automated. The standard prices, one meme a day for 420.69 a month. That's where we started and had a lot of success with that. I launched it on Black Friday, had like 30 plus brands sign up. And so we
Nice.
raised it to 6.99 a month for one meme and 9.99 or
One meme a day.
999. Yeah, 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 yeah. One meme a day for 6.99 and 3 memes a day for 9.99. And it's actually like I was saying, it's not that much memes when you think about it because, there's so many different social media platforms. You want videos, we do videos. Like you can mix it out, you can mix and match. And so
Yeah.
if you're somebody who's posting a lot, it's a pretty reasonable amount,
Is
honestly.
it like a tough pitch for the people who you're servicing? They kind of get it, and it's like a no brainer. It's super cheap.
Yeah.
Like they just like, Stripe checkout, boom.
Yeah, I mean, I literally don't even have like a giant page. It's just a Stripe checkout. I guess I have a Notion page too that I show as well. But
Like, do you find
I
yourself
like the
doing
Stripe
sales
link.
pitches or like pitch calls and or anything like that?
No, 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 no. So
Nice.
no pitch calls, no calls, just Loom. So somebody signs up, they get an automated email with a Loom from me. They send a Loom back. It goes to my team. And it's, they get added to the software when they sign up as well. They get, obviously a free plan because they're paying a lot. And everything's all automated. We're able to deliver the memes in the platform. We don't do edits, right? So that was something, as you know it from freelance days, is the hardest part about freelancing is clients are constantly asking for stupid edits. And we were like, we're not doing that. And so that's why I built a whole backend in the software where we could deliver memes that they could go edit themselves. Because if, maybe you want to change one word, maybe you want to add your logo or something that we forgot. It's like, you don't want to waste my time. I don't want to waste your time.
Yeah.
You guys aren't, a giant contract. So like, you guys just handle it, and it takes
Yeah.
minutes or takes seconds. We do have like bigger plans as well. So, I've had clients up to, 20,000 plus a month where it's like, we're handling, everything. We're handling their accounts. We're handling, everything. They're ghostwriting. We were doing that for a bit. But right now, like, I like the productized method, and it just
Yeah.
keeps things easy. Like for me, my main focus is growing the SaaS, growing the subscriptions, and the agency's nice cash flow on the side, like as the software grows. But it's getting to the point where it's flipping, where like I'm gonna shut down the agency eventually and just do
Yeah.
the software, because like I don't really, nobody wants to
Well,
stay in agency stuff forever.
yeah. Well, what are users or customers on both sides saying, or like the results that they've gotten? Like as a business
Yeah.
owner, why do
Dude, it's so
memes?
sick. It's so sick, bro. So I got a message a couple days ago from somebody who they run like a real estate meme page, and they just got their first like, 5-figure, contract from a brand.
Mm.
And he was telling me, he was just like, "Holy shit, dude, like I didn't take this stuff seriously, and I've been following your work for a while, and just, kept posting and wheeling and dealing, because like it's not enough just to like post funny content. You have to be like in people's DMs and trying to negotiate deals all the time. Like I'm constantly doing that. And so that was super exciting. Another person as well, like similar story. I don't know if you know Dylan Shipper. He runs something called Dude
Mm.
Fridges. They just His entire Instagram account, he just posts funny fridges from like dudes' frat houses, and like the dude is making like 6 figures from fridge Instagram, because all these fucking beverage clients, they all want to be, get views, right? And so like, the Mike's Hard Lemonades and beers and, whatever. And so I've had all sorts of clients, and then all the startups too. It's like, we have one startup called OneUp.ai, and they have driven 90% of their pipeline from memes, which is crazy. They just raised another
Wow.
5 mil. They're on fire. We've got other ones. Fondo is killing it. Momentic AI. Both of those are YC backed, who are killing it with memes. So, at the end of the day, like when it comes to B2B SaaS, the LTV of a customer is so high that
Yeah.
like paying $1,000 for memes a month, like all you need is one customer like a month, like, or maybe even like one customer every 2 months if your LTV is that high. And so that's why
Yeah.
like it's such an easy sell for us.
Yeah. That's
But yeah,
cool. I mean, I feel like alternatively, like what's the other option for these B2B SaaS companies or founders who like maybe they have a CMO or head of marketing and they probably don't have like a social media lead. Like the alternative for them is to do like product marketing that the content
yeah,
usually flops.
yeah.
Or maybe some
It's
founder
either
led marketing if they're like good at social or kind of have the knack
yeah.
for content, you know?
Yeah, it's that. It's a lot, a lot of threads back in like 2021, 2022. You remember that stuff. And once
Yeah.
ChatGPT came, that became all commoditized and went to
Yeah.
shit. And we haven't been seeing that much on Twitter. Those days are pretty much done. And that's why, people are leaning into humor, memes, videos a lot, because you can't fake that. Even the AI avatars are so obviously fake. They're all
Yeah.
shit. And so leaning into what makes you actually human. And so, it's definitely a clear benefit, because we just deliver them every day. It's not like a,
It's cool.
social media manager you pay 70K, 80K. It's a lot cheaper. So,
Yeah, and if you're getting 3 memes a day,
yeah,
you could pick the best one or like post every other
yeah,
day or every 3 days or once a week and like
yeah,
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 you only need
exactly.
one of them to hit, right? And that the
Exactly.
likelihood of one
All
of
you need
those
is
getting
one.
like yeah, getting great engagement versus like a thread on like why this is the next best product in AI or
Yeah.
whatever, it's just like probably gonna flop.
Yeah, it doesn't work around that stuff. But dude, it's really exciting. Internet empires, man. That's what I'm constantly thinking about, is just building out this empire. and
Tell ya.
and for me, I've had a lot of investor interest trying to, invest in MemeLord. I feel very blessed about that. And I feel blessed that I could say no. And it's like, I don't want to exit. Like,
Mm.
this empire is like, I'm passing this shit down, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
just keep
like,
compounding over time.
Yeah, exactly, man. I know you had Jack Butcher, like, he didn't take outside investment, like, that's going to, what, Celia and the kids one day, right? Visualize
Yeah,
value, it's the same
exactly.
thing, and so, like, I don't know, man. I'm not trying to exit. I'm using this as a platform for the shows that we're launching. Hopefully, like long form fucking movies and stuff, man. Like more software. Who knows? So I don't know, man. If around internet empires, I was trying to think earlier about like advice to give to people around that building an empire, and I think like leaning into what only you could do, and it takes
Mhm.
time to figure that out. I didn't start just as memes, but like leaning into like what makes you weirdly you is how the empires are built, and so like for Jack that's visualizing value with animations. For Brett,
Mhm.
it's just design every single time. For me it's memes. There's this guy Dillano at Dillano, like he just posts a lot of book screenshots, right? And he runs publishing at a venture firm, right? And it's like leaning into like what you are weirdly obsessed with and then
Yep.
building your entire fucking thing around that. Like
Yeah, that's a
your entire universe around that. Like there is, dude, I like it looks like I'm doing a lot with memes. There's a lot more that I could be doing. Like,
mm.
like there's
Yeah,
so much more that I can be
let's break
doing.
down your empire today. Like, so you have
Yeah,
the
yeah.
agency side, you have the software side,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
your email. So like, let's break everything down.
Yeah, yeah. So the agency software, got my newsletter, all around, we'll be hitting well over 1 million this year in revenue across everything, which is super exciting.
Nice.
And the long haul plan, like I said, and it's happening is flipping from agency work to software work, and so that's already by the end of this year that's done. And so to me that's super exciting. And then the newsletter, dude, is super underrated as well. Is like that is the home base of all of my content. I've been writing that 180 weeks straight, and that is where I launch my software. That is where I launch my show. That is where I, find all the biggest paying subscribers and book sales, right? So the newsletter is like the home base of everything, the way that I think about it. And yeah, I guess that's all the main things. And now, dude, so my newsletter, I turn on, I was like, I'm gonna sell ads. I finally decided around Christmas last year. And this half we're doing over 100 grand in ads, which is sick. And now like,
Wow.
dude, fucking now the show that we're launching, like, dude, we're selling ads for that every time too. So it's crazy, man. Like, me like 3-4 years ago, or couldn't get anything like that. So it's
Yeah.
just a matter of dude, building an empire. And if you're building an empire, you need a moat, right? Dude, you got to
Yep.
protect your empire. You need a fucking castle. You got your castle, right? So you need a moat with some fucking dragons and alligators, right?
Yep.
And so that doesn't happen overnight. It takes a while, and if you're really in it for the long haul, like you just keep on building, right?
Yeah, the interesting thing is because I've known you for a few years now, I could see when you started like catching a ton of momentum, and it happens to be around the time that I think it was before you launched the book. You just kept niching down more and more of your content into like memes and like memes slash growth slash social, or like why memes are the future. And eventually you got to a point where like I don't even know when it happened, but, like, when the word meme would come up, your face or, like, your name would
Yeah.
automatically just, like, be associated with that word, and I think the same thing happened with a lot of people online who, like, followed you or, like, maybe had seen your content, and now it's, like, at scale because you're going viral and people, like, that have your little, X affiliate badge are also
Yeah,
going
yeah.
viral and they
We could
see that
we could
badge.
talk about that a little
Let's
bit.
talk about that. Yeah,
Should
that's
we
a
talk
nice little
about
growth
that? All
hack.
right. All right, all right. Let's talk about that. So if you've been on X, you've probably seen my hooded Wojak symbol on it's the affiliate badge. I wrote a whole article about this actually for Crunchbase, basically the X verified org strategy. So when you have a verified org, it costs $1,000 per month, but for $50 a head, you get an affiliate badge, and you could give that badge to anybody, your employees, your team members, your partners, whatever, your wife. I gave it to my wife. She's making memes, and for $50 a month, right? The ROI is not clear all the time, right? It's not, but if you run a social media tool like I do, it doesn't matter. Like people have asked me all the time, like, hey, should I do this? Should I like give out a bunch of badges? I'm like, if you're not running a social media company where your whole thing is being viral and being everywhere, Probably not. Like you saw Warp do it and they stopped. You saw even Pirate Wires. I love them. Like they cut down about 10
Mm.
badges too. I've been following this for a while. And so
Yep.
if you don't have like if your brand's not a social media marketing tool, like it works perfect for Beehive. It works perfect for Morning Brew, right? It's a media company.
Yep.
Barstool again. But if it's not a marketing tool, it's not as great of a hack. But that being said, so yeah, it's definitely helped with ubiquity, I guess. Like
Yeah.
it's everywhere now, and you know, I have accounts with over 2 million followers actually who have my badge, which is crazy.
Yeah.
And so all these motherfuckers are seeing it, and we have a group chat where we share stuff, and we're
Nice.
constantly scheming, dude. We are every time I launch a feature, they're the first people to see it. We're like coming up with memes in there. We are retweeting each other. So there's definitely a hack there. I waited until I was making some good money where it would cover it. But
Yeah, because how much is that a month?
yeah,
1,000 plus. How many
yeah.
badges do you
So
have? It's like two
it's
grand.
it's yeah, it's about a total of 2 grand a month or so. But
Mm.
you also,
You get
interestingly,
ad
when you
credit, right?
exactly. So you get ad credit, and then you get $1,000 a month in ad credit from X, which is like basically $0 because
Yeah.
X is the worst advertising platform of all time, and that's why they're just giving it away because like
Yeah.
it's a zero ROI. I've never gotten a sign up. I have gotten a lot of email signups for the newsletter, so I just do that. But like from SaaS signups, I have not gotten a single one. Because when you think
Yeah.
about it, you don't see ads if you're a paying member of X. So like if
Mm.
you have money, like you're not going to
So
go sign
I
up for
guess
a software.
lower quality potential
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
customer user.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But that being said, I've definitely gotten, you know, and everybody as well who has my badge also has like an actual affiliate link, like a SaaS
Mm.
affiliate link. So they have the affiliate
Nice.
badge, but then they also like part of the deal is, hey, I'm gonna give you this badge, you're gonna get more views, but you got to throw the affiliate link in the bio because
And then you
like,
give them a cut of like the monthly recurring revenue,
dude,
or how do you do it?
50%,
Oh
50%
yeah, that's
recurring
cool.
lifetime. Yeah, so everybody who's part of the MemeLord affiliate program, whether they're my like quote unquote ex affiliate or not, 50% recurring lifetime,
Nice.
which is it's been great for driving sales for sure. Like
Let,
people are really excited about that.
let's break it down a little bit more. So like you're on X scrolling, there's a funny thing
Yeah,
going
yeah,
viral, and there's like a little image next to the person's name, and then it's
yeah,
clickable, right? You can click
yeah,
it, and it
yeah.
takes you where? Where does it go to?
It goes to my account, so I could share my screen again. Let me do that real
Sure.
quick. So here I'll pull up right now. So
And
let's
then just
see.
explain it for people that are listening who are not on video.
Yeah, yeah, of course, of course. So dude, I love talking about this because this is a hack that I thought about for a long time. So this little Wojak badge, right? That's our logo, and when you click that, right, it goes to our account, and I got my name there. So everybody who clicks
Nice.
that logo goes to our account, and I get a lot of followers from that. And so if you go here, right, down here, this is a nice little hack for B2B sales motherfuckers out there. You click affiliates, you can see everybody who has the badge. So there's my wife, there's our boy Jameson, who you know, different meme lords who are part of the company, um, all sorts, dude. Like this is my a new social media manager of mine actually. So you know, all sorts of different accounts, designers, whatnot, and all are users of the software. So we're all posting memes constantly. And so if you go to somebody like, you know, Weird Dali, right? They've got 2 million followers, and then you've got the affiliate link, and you've got the affiliate badge. And so it's been super helpful, and you'd be surprised like how many people are up for it. Like honestly, it's been really weird. Like I get messages all day about the affiliate badge just
Really?
because it's a cool logo. Like
Yeah.
people want it. And I actually my rule is like if you ask, I just say no. So
Yeah. That's good.
yeah, yeah.
That's a
Yeah.
good growth hack. And I guess like all
Yeah,
these
dude.
people are pretty funny too. Like I've seen their content online without you even sharing it. And like I even see it on like LinkedIn sometimes, like screenshots, and I'm like, wow, this is crazy. It's like crossing different dimensions now.
I know, dude. Going from Twitter to LinkedIn is like a weird dimension. Dude, LinkedIn, I slept on for a while, bro, but I've been having fun on there. I've been making money,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
a high ROI in terms of the people that are on it. I think it's because people that like browse at work. It's like more socially acceptable to browse at work. Um, and so they're probably spending like their 9 to 5 hours there and willing to spend money.
Yeah, bro. People like hate on LinkedIn, but honestly, if you have a good mentality around it and if you have fun, I've had some really unhinged conversations on LinkedIn. Like
Nice.
because of the content that I post, people are, I guess, more willing to be like real. Where like I get goofy messages and funny memes, and so like I don't know. I'm warming up to LinkedIn. It's still a little too PC for me, but I'm
Hmm.
having fun. It's all good.
Yeah.
Uh,
How do you stay on top of, well, I guess two-part question. How do you stay on top of all the stuff that you do, like the social, the
Yeah,
email, the software? Customers probably complaining stuff is broken or they want to upgrade or this and that. The service side and everything else. You do all your own content, the newsletter. Like, how do you stay on top of everything? And then
yeah.
also, how do you stay on top of trends of like new memes that are out?
Yeah, so staying on top of everything I do is, I don't sleep much, bro, like, just being honest,
Grind season.
and yeah, and, like, it's not healthy, like, to be honest, like, I'm 27, I'm young, but I'm drinking coffee, Red Bull every day, and, like, I don't know, man, there's a Paul Graham line where it's like, "If you wanna make $1,000,000, you gotta have $1,000,000 worth of pain," and, like, I hate to get deep here, but you gotta sacrifice. You know that as well as anybody. And so honestly, for me, it's like I don't sleep much and I just work a lot. And so, but from like a less grind set perspective, like here's a quick hack. Like I don't know, I use Notion a lot to like organize my like content and my social calendar. Um,
Well, like maybe we could break down
yeah,
your
I
let's
don't
break down
even
your
know what
day to
else.
day. Like
Yeah.
we wake up, you start working. Do you work on like certain projects for
Yeah.
certain times of the day, or like walk
Yeah,
me through
yeah.
like from wake up to sleep
So
time?
I write best in the morning. I know that
Mm,
about myself, which is like something that took me time to figure out. But like
I do
I
too.
write best in the morning. I like to have meetings with people like this podcast in the afternoon because like the writing, I like to hit that first. And so ideally I have like content scheduled out for the mornings, right? That I work on batch either on like a Sunday or, early in the week. And then in the mornings, like I said, writing and actually building the software, like my head is like clearest first thing in the morning. And so the day before, I kind of have, I have an idea of what I'm working on. And I try not to let anybody screw that up. And so like if I get, sometimes it sucks. Like if I wake up and the first thing I have is like a bug email, like that might
It messes with you,
just
huh?
yeah, it messes with me and it's like it screws with me, and so I can't go assign that to anybody because like it's me. And so I try to like take full control over my time as much as I can. It's like I will get to it. But it doesn't always work like that. Sometimes there's something trending, like we're talking about earlier, trends, and like you just gotta jump on it. Like you know how it goes where sometimes you have to, cancel something. I literally dude, I launched my show and I was supposed to go on a podcast and the show was going viral. I needed to respond. I needed to,
Hmm.
dude, I closed, thousands of dollars worth of ads because I canceled a podcast to go jump on the trend, like,
Yeah.
or jump on the thing while it was hot. And so, I don't know, man. Also, I guess I have another thing that I've been meaning to write this for a while, but every like couple months, it's kind of like infrequent. I do this thing where I like write down everything that I do. So like everything in my life, and I write down the priority that I wish it was and the priority that it's currently taking in my life.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been doing this like not like, perfectly scheduled, but every couple months for the last like 3 years. And it's just like a nice little recalibration. And I just do it on paper and pen. I like to journal a lot. And
Nice.
it helps. Like if my, physical health is falling, it's like nice to remember, just like let's reprioritize. Like I don't know, man. Like as I'm sure you know too, like we're in the age of infinite leverage, right?
Yeah,
And
exactly.
you definitely start feeling it like as your audience gets bigger and bigger, like one tweet can drive more revenue, one
Hmm.
software update, one thing, and it's like the time managing the time is the hardest part because the value of your time just keeps increasing. And
Yeah.
it's
Also, like depending on your personality type, right? Like I be willing to guess that you're similar to me in the sense that you have a little bit of like an addicting personality where like one taste of that like virality, you're like, oh, I need to like do it again and again and again. Or like,
100%.
even for making money for you, it's like, how can I create better content that's going to drive more customers, that's going to drive more revenue, then I can use that revenue to drive growth. And it just like, it compounds over time.
dude, all of the money that we're making on ads, I'm just fueling right back into growth. And
Smart.
it's such a
Yeah.
good feeling. And that's why I'm just trying to sell like crazy so I could grow like crazy, right?
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, dude, I'm a big fan of the barbell theory, which I think you're probably a fan too. And you actually inspire the shit out of me because like every fucking Saturday or Sunday, you post a photo of you on some hike. I'm like, I gotta
It's
go
on
touch
or off,
grass,
dude. Yeah.
dude. You,
That's how I
you
am,
remind
on or
me
off.
exactly on or off. You're either drinking coffee, Red Bull locked in, or you're totally offline, like doing
Exactly.
yoga. Like, dude, earlier, like right before this, I got a massage, like middle of the workday,
Nice.
like just because why not? It's Tuesday. I work for myself. Who fucking cares, you
Yeah,
know? And it's like
exactly.
sometimes you got to be either locked in or just totally locked out. And I like the barbell theory of life.
And I think it also
Yeah.
like forces you when you're locked in to actually like grind and like not be texting or like, you and I probably use Twitter a lot. So like we go like to like
Mhm.
distract ourselves a bit, but it's also like for ideation and like creativity. But like I just spent the past 4 hours like at a coffee shop just downing a cup of coffee and like literally nothing else but like like creating content and writing, and preparing for this. But like without that, then I'm not able to like be fully prepared, or like that 4 hours could have turned into like an 8 hour stretch of quote unquote work. So I think like the barbell strategy works. Either you're on, you're fully focused, you're working, you're grinding, or you're completely off, and then you're like recharging. You're letting your brain rest a little bit.
Yeah, 100%, man. I've been trying to read a little more fiction lately.
Got to get better at that.
Dude, Nathan Bao, speaking of
Yeah.
empire builders, dude, he sent me an early copy of his book. It's really good. And it was so good to just like dig into that. And so that's been inspiring me a ton. And I have a couple screenplays in the works that I'm working on. I've got my show and like it's just nice to remember like I think a lot of us creatives and like business creatives specifically like we start out I don't know if this is true for you, but like it's true for me is like I started out writing novels and like screenplays and then you're like fuck, I'm broke. And then you take that like skill over to business and writing online. You're like, "Oh, I'm making money, but now I'm too busy to work on art."
Yeah.
And I'm trying never to lose that. And so
That's
like
awesome.
I need to just keep that muscle going at all times and like software is cool, but like I want to fucking build movies and shit. I want to,
Yeah.
write more books and so um I don't know,
Dude,
man. It's
how do you manage all
yeah.
this? And like you have a wife too, and like you said you
Yeah.
work a lot, but like how do you make time for yourself, like health and
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know
Dude,
everything else,
like I
family, I
said, bro,
guess.
like I said, definitely a bit of sacrifice there where like I'm I go to the gym every now and then. I'm not like in the best shape, bro. Like I'm not like an athlete. Like I'm a nerd, Like I don't know, man. Like this sounds shitty, but like it wasn't like in for like CEOs to be like Brian Johnson until like 3 years ago.
Ripped.
Like
Yeah, exactly.
dude, you look at CEOs like 20 years ago, like none of them are like fucking jacked, beautiful men. Like they are just like normal ass dudes who are just like working all the time. And
Mhm.
I don't know, man. Like I got a dad bod. I'm chilling. I'm happy. And then dude, I don't know, man. But then
But like for you and your wife, do you
for
like have date
yeah,
nights,
yeah.
or how do you like make
Yeah,
time for
yeah.
each other? I guess.
That's a good question. We're getting personal. I like it. No, we do. And so it's been weird. Erica, my wife, she's seen me go from like Twitter was like a part-time thing. So like this is my life and business. And like what's been cool is she's gotten super involved with Twitter. And so
That's great.
she's grown her following now to like 2,700 followers or something or 2,000. I don't know. And so we're like on there like sending memes back and forth all day or
That's cool.
even like dude, even at night we're just like tweeting back and forth. This morning I pranked her and put like labels all over her shit. So I don't know. I could definitely be better about it, but for me like similar to you like my time with my dog like going on walks like that's like my reflection. That's my happy
Like
times
downtime.
mostly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
people can talk shit about like your routine or like your relationships from the outside looking in, but like as long as it works for you, right? Um,
Yeah. I
like
mean, we're
I posted
happy
my
she's
ideal
hustling. Yeah.
I posted my
Yeah.
ideal routine today, and somebody was like replying, saying like, "No, this is impossible. Like, you shouldn't be doing like this. Like, you should." I was like, "Hey, whatever works for you. This is just what's working for me right now. Like, over time, I'm sure it'll change and evolve, like as priorities change. But like, this is what works for me." And so, like,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
100%.
don't hate, don't hate.
And like I'm trying to be better around like the health stuff for sure. Like I'm, I don't know. I'm trying to be better with it. I'm trying to sleep more.
Yeah.
But I also like, dude, right now is such a special time in startups. It is hard to sleep, bro.
Yeah.
Like, especially, there's just, this morning at like 4 a.m., I'm adding like Gemini to MemeLord. That way people can edit
I saw
images
that.
and like no code, right? And like, this was not possible. Like, I grew up on GIMP and Photoshop as like an 11-year-old, and this is the shit I dreamed of, right? And so like we're living in this time where you can make all your dreams come true. And it's really hard to sleep when you can make your dreams come true. Right.
Yeah,
It's
and I think
like,
that's totally okay to like go through seasons where it's like you're gonna grind for the next X amount of months or years, and then eventually you're gonna take a point where you're gonna like chill and finally like enjoy the fruits of your labor of all the stuff that you're doing now. Because you are like a startup founder, and like it's okay for startup founders to grind for a few years until they get an exit or have an amazing outcome. So there's no
yeah.
different, no difference for you.
Yeah, yeah. Dude, I mean, being on that founders retreat with Tyler, I know we talked about that offline. That was really helpful for me. That was actually the main reason why I went was not the networking or anything. I don't really need that. We've got our network, right? We've got
Yeah,
Twitter. It was actually just, getting a massage by the beach and like taking time to just like hang out in a hot tub and like not work a little bit. We did
yep,
work a lot actually, but
yeah,
sometimes you just fucking you need that. So I actually I might go on the retreat again or do something myself with some friends or something. But like yeah, that really fuels me. Also, like being around friends really fuels me, I find. And so I like being around friends who are building crazy shit. I don't
yeah,
I don't drink, I don't smoke. And so for me it's like I work, I hang out with friends and drink coffee and work and work some more, like
yeah.
go on a walk and talk. So for me it's that's kind of my bonding time, yeah. So
I love that. You haven't, I mean, you don't have
yeah.
much time in the day, but any other interesting hobbies or obsessions that you have?
Yeah, yeah, dude. I like making collages. Most people probably don't know that about me. I've always liked doing that. And then like I said, I'm working on a lot of fiction and screenplays, and so I'm cooking up some cool stuff right now, and it's finally coming to fruition where like oh like just got introduced to like CAA, creative artists, and like shit's like
Sick.
starting to like the childhood dreams, like the leverage is building and shit's starting to happen where it's like, oh, like, all right, let's double the fuck down. And so, yeah, I'm that's some stuff I like to do. I love reading. I'm currently reading Michael Ovitz's book, who's the founder of CAA, because I
Nice.
was hoping to, or was getting that intro, and then yeah, I love that. Dude, like I said, I go for a massage probably like once every couple weeks, which
It's
is
great.
probably like I told myself once I was making good money, like that was my treat for myself was like,
Yeah,
Erica, my wife and I, we go for like couples massage a lot. I don't know, man. I go to the park a lot with the dog,
it's
Central
great.
Park, dude. I live like a
Dog is
few
like,
blocks
I
away.
mean, dogs are great friends, like great companions, but they're also like a great hack to like force you to, especially people who are chronically
Dude,
online, like me and you,
yes.
because they're just sitting there, they give you the puppy dog face, and they're like, oh shit, I've been working for the past couple hours. I should probably step outside and like take the dog on a walk, or like I should go just
Yes.
breathe or something. And then like they're happy, you're happy, you get a reset, and then you come back and you feel recharged, you know?
Dude, they literally like smell the flowers,
Yeah,
It's like a reminder to
exactly.
like be present and smell the flowers.
Yeah.
And so I just sit there and I'm just happy talking, hanging with my dog, and it's kind of happy. You dude, when you go on these like RV trips, you got an RV or a camper of
Hmm.
sorts, like are you
Yeah.
totally offline or like what are you doing?
I try to pick places that are fully offline or that have like very like maybe like Wi-Fi or like very little reception. Um, because because it's also like a safety hazard if you're like fully offline. So next up is we're gonna get a Starlink. It's like a Starlink Mini, throw it on top, and then be able to have Wi-Fi to connect to the world if I want to, or to decide to just click offline, you know. But I find it just really nice to be able to like go somewhere for like a few nights, and then you're outdoors, you're walking with your dog, and then at the end of the day, if you have a little bit of reception, like log into X and just see like what did I miss today, or like what's going on, or like thought of this cool idea, like maybe tweet it out real quick, or like write it in my drafts, you know?
Yeah, yeah. So what's the plan with Empires, dude? Like where do you see yourself going with this? You got pod, are you're doing freelance agency work? Where's the I'm interviewing you now. I'm just curious.
Yeah.
I'm excited. I'm super excited. So
So I'm consulting right now. So I'm still consulting with A16Z Crypto. That's kind of like the main like business driver that I have right now. I could take on more clients. I just kind of want to be able to like have enough free time and energy and mental capacity to like work on the internet empires. So on that side, it's like social aspect. I want to grow this like my social audience as big as possible. I rebranded the newsletter to be in brand with the internet empires. We got the YouTube up and running, and then we got the podcast up and running. So as of right now, that's kind of like the main. It's like basically a media company. Um, and I want to get enough content out there so that there's kind of like a binge bank, so that when I pour growth on top or like paid marketing, that there's like something for people to go to. So if I'm running like ads on IG, sending people to YouTube or sending people the flow that I have right now, it's a nice little growth hack. You might like this. Is sending people to the Beehive newsletter. From newsletter, then I recommend friends. So like you're on there, a few other people are on there, and then after they accept or deny, they send them to YouTube. So that's like the last step in the phase.
Ooh,
You can like reroute where you send
shit.
people, and a lot of people just
Yeah,
send them back to
yeah.
the homepage, to your homepage. But
Oh,
then what's the point
that's
of that if they already
smart.
subscribed? So eventually, like I think like
Dude.
in the next month or so, I'm gonna start putting a good amount of money aside to run paid ads on, I don't know if you know Manny, he does paid marketing
Yeah, yeah,
for
yeah.
newsletters, uh, and then run paid ads on IG, maybe X, run, drive people to the newsletter. From newsletter, I get paid when they subscribe to, the sponsored
Yeah, yeah.
boosts. So get some money back there and then drive them to the YouTube. So it's kind of like a 3 for 1 in one ad spend. You know what I mean?
Dude, that's so smart. I was sending people to my software, which works too, but it is a little confusing when you like sign up to a newsletter. And so like I already have people what's the word going get like an automation to send the software a couple days later anyways.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's really interesting. I love that, dude. Growing YouTube is a
It's a
challenge.
beast. Yeah.
Dude, I've been having honestly, I've been having a lot of fun with it though. Like I've been really surprised by like who's listening and like
Yeah.
randomly like I don't have a lot of listeners on my podcast, and I'm really stepping it up this year, but like I don't know, I've been really happy about it. And dude, when you're in New York you got to come on. Having the in-person setup is a
Yeah.
game
It's like,
changer now. It's been so much fun too. It's just it's crazy.
yeah, it's a lot of fun. So like, I mean, you're doing something similar to me where it's like you're building a media business on the side and also doing like a startup as well. So it's a lot, but I think it's a lot of fun, and you see how everything works together. Like you do the great content that feeds into one part of the business, which feeds into the other side of the business, and it just kind of
Dude,
like
I didn't
support one
tell
another.
I don't know if you know about this hack that I do. Dude, all my software, everybody who signs up, they get added right to my newsletter too. And it's like,
Nice.
why not? Dude, I read
Yeah.
about meme marketing. You want to do better meme marketing? You signed up for my software. Now let me show you how to do it, right? Nobody's
Yeah. I
upset.
love that.
Everybody's happy. Everybody's excited about it. And dude, it's just also a bunch of these free tools that I've launched. So like I've done a
Yeah.
bunch
Let's
of
talk
free
about those
tools where
actually.
yeah, yeah. Let's talk free tool marketing. So, free tools, I think I truly believe the days of giving away ebooks, PDFs is dead. All right. If you're still doing that, and I hope you aren't, you're like 2, 3 years behind because anybody could build SaaS now. Like I'm a dumbass who can't code, and I figured this stuff out. So, I had a free JD Vance meme maker, like a face swapper, right? And all it is just calling one specific API with no code and switching a face, right? But that got me thousands of dollars of signups and sales, right? And that was you saw a lot of JD Vance memes. That was partly because of me and my meme lords, right? And then I built other ones where it's like a meme PNG remover, right? And so I found that
Mm.
like people were searching that a lot. So I just made a free tool, and all it does is call like remove.bg's API and just removes it. That's it. Like that's it, but it gets people
So
signing up to the software. And
yeah,
so
is the
I, I
growth hack
I've
two
seen it a
parts,
lot.
like software and
Yeah, yeah.
email? Like if you get the
Yeah,
email and
yeah.
then you can like keep them in your wheelhouse, and then eventually maybe some of them sign up for the software too or upgrade.
Exactly, exactly. And because it's so
Mm,
easy to
smart.
make, like I don't need it crazy ROI immediately. It took me like a couple hours, 20 minutes. Now that I have stuff set up, I could just rebuild it. And
Yeah.
so it's so fast. It's actually easier to do that than write a PDF, in my opinion. Like
Yeah.
and a valuable tool actually in your niche, I think it's easier. And then the second thing is also the SEO hacks is really big, but also the content hack around it, where I can make content about this. Like every free tool I launch, I turn into content, right? I don't know if you know Randy Ginsburg. He's actually moving out west in a couple months, but he's non-technical, but he runs, you know, his little empire around digital minimalism. And so he built, you know, these different tools that visualize, you know, how long you're going to be alive for, how, you know, how much time you're spending on your phone. And it has driven so many subs to his newsletter, and
Damn, that's
he's
cool.
non-technical, you know, and I think it's so cool. I wonder, like, around internet
I'm gonna have
empires,
to
what
build one.
tools, dude, I think like there could be something cool around like moats. I don't know
Mm.
what it'd be, but like I think there's something there. Like,
Well,
you know,
there's a few tools that I think I personally want, but
yeah,
they
yeah.
also like
What is it?
like some of them are around like Twitter or LinkedIn specifically, where the one that I really want to do, but it's going to be expensive because the X API is not cheap or free anymore. Is like really understanding your followers, and like this idea that I have of like whale followers is like you have 60,000 followers. How many of them are over 500,000 followers? How many of
Yeah,
them have more influence than the rest? Or like, um, really
dude,
understanding the demographics
check
of
out
them, like what do they talk about and all that.
yeah, check out social data tools. It's, I don't know how. I think they're doing something a little weird. Maybe I shouldn't be talking about this, but they're doing it for really cheap. So Social Blade just got kicked out, but somehow
Oh
they're
snap!
still doing it. It's social data dot tools, and it's literally pennies. And so we're able to like track all our meme lords. We're able to track their followers and stuff like
Oh,
that,
that's
their
what you're
follower
using.
growth. Yeah, and
Yeah.
we call it every single day, and it's just pennies, bro. And like I don't
Mm.
have an XAPI account or anything, so
Okay.
it's yeah, it's not as expensive as you think. And also given our kind of connects, like, dude, you get free XAPI credits every month too. Like I'm
Yeah.
using
Yeah.
Grok for MemeLord. Like we use it for AI writing, for like unhinged writing. It's
Yeah.
actually not as expensive as you think.
Okay,
It's
I'll check it
surprising.
out. Yeah, because I
Yeah,
think when I saw you write about that, I was like, "Oh, that's genius!" Like a free tool that you spend a few hours on a Sunday creating once, and then hopefully has minimal like maintenance that people are gonna. You can keep promoting it like over time, or using it and promoting it over time, creating content out of it. And then they promote other people. You like promote it because it's free, and then they post about it. It's just like super
dude,
smart.
and the coolest part too is like there's a lot of SEO hacks around it too. So if you find something around, you know, internet empires, for example, that people are searching and has a low keyword difficulty but a decent enough volume, maybe 1,000, 2,000 searches. You can't be greedy at first, you know, like I'm going for the small ones. Let me just take the small ones off, right? You're able to actually drive people via SEO. And this is my
Nice.
first real foray into SEO because I've always been, you know, organic, social. And
Same.
so free tools, like, also, you know, rather than a blog, it keeps people on the page for a while too because
Exactly.
they're using
Yep.
the tool. So there's a lot you could do
Cool.
there.
Nice, dude. Well, let's a few more questions. I'll get you out of here. Like the
Sweet.
obvious one is like you figured out how to monetize memes, and I think if you're a business owner, you can use memes to like fuel content, which fuels growth, which hopefully drives customers. But what about somebody who doesn't have a startup or doesn't have like a company? How can they make 0 to 1 million with memes? How can they make money with memes?
Yeah. So if they don't have a startup or a company, that's interesting. So the easiest way, I would say level one, is just start a meme page, and you can make tens of thousands to, even like when you get bigger, like hundreds of thousands to millions. You know, whether it's Fuck Jerry or Liquidity, they're making millions doing that. So that I would say is level one. And you can monetize via ads, you can monetize via merch. I think that's a little lower margin and a lot harder, like personally. Or you just start you know, an adjacent business to it, right? So Liquidity
Yeah,
has his
smarter way to do it.
recruiting for, yeah, he has his recruiting or whatever, for finance. Yeah, I would say level 10 is, you know, what I'm doing. I guess, you know, level 69, because, you
Nice.
know, I should be doing the highest level because I wrote the book about it, but like is building a SaaS and then using memes to market it. Like that's the highest margin possible when you
Yeah.
think about it. Because SaaS, like you know, margins are high. If you want to exit, you could grow it. Like Chris Backey, our boy Chris, right? He drove $3 million in SaaS sales, B2B SaaS sales from memes alone, and then sold the company for 100 million to Elon over at X, right?
From memes
And
from his Twitter account alone, which is like super impressive. I have that tweet
and
screenshotted and I send it to
yeah,
whenever
yeah,
founders are like, what's the point of like building a personal brand, or like what's the point of like creating content? I'm
insane.
like, oh, here you go.
Dude, and I interviewed Chris, and he told me, he's like, dude, well, SaaS exits for like 10x. So I drove $30 million
Wow,
in enterprise value via memes, and
that's incredible.
insane, insane.
The
So yeah, I would definitely whatever weird niche you're into, there are memes to be made. And so like if it's creator stuff, you could do that. If it's hamsters, you could do that. Like hockey, like there's money everywhere. Like I said, my friend who runs Dude Fridges making, 6 figures just like selling to beverage companies who need more attention.
yeah,
Everybody needs more attention. And so if you could get them more attention, they don't care how they get it. If it's memes, if it's OnlyFans stars, who the fuck cares? They're just getting
yeah,
more sales, right?
dude. I think
So
what's the coolest thing about this is you don't need to show your face. Like you don't have to have a personality
Mhm.
or personal brand in order to like build a big online presence, whether it's like a Instagram account or like what Charlie's doing with these other accounts that he does.
Yeah, yeah.
Or he just like has a personality on X, and like a sales guy that's doing cold outreach, and he's just super funny and replies and creates really funny content. I don't know what the ROI is for him. Maybe he just does it for fun. Like he's not
He
driving
gets a
people to
lot,
the software.
lot of agency, and dude, Charlie just does it for the love of the game, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
Charlie
Uh,
loves the game. I don't
with
love building like those accounts enough, but I wish I did because he
Well, if you
kills
have
it.
an art like a reason to do it, then I think it's really fun. But doing it just to do it, I feel like I would find it really difficult to have the motivation on a daily basis to do it.
Yeah, 100%. Any more questions before we bounce?
Yeah. Last one or last two. What are you working towards? Like, what's the end goal? What's the end game for all this?
Yeah, so Endgame, gonna be making millions, this year
Nice.
and next year. And then, the next step is, do crazier content. And so like similar to how Mr. Beast, makes crazier and crazier content because he could afford to now. I'm starting to do that where we're launching the show, and it costs thousands to make every episode, but like I could afford it. So like
Yeah,
why
that's
not?
great.
And I'm getting sponsored, and so I'm profiting. And it's like, fuck. Like, all right, should I go fly to Miami for an episode? Why not? If somebody's gonna cover it, right?
Hmm.
And so build crazier and crazier content, and then somehow, some way or another, get my ass to Hollywood, and start
Nice.
executive producing and being in movies. And that's always been my dream since I was a kid, is comedy movies and shit. So
Love that, dude.
that's the plan.
Last
Uh,
question. So, like, we think about before you wrote the book, or like before you started getting momentum. What's like some advice you'd give yourself to then, or to that point
Yeah,
in time?
don't worry about views. Don't worry about like anything like that. Just have fun. And start on the social media platform where you're most comfortable on. This is a big thing that I talk about with a lot of people is your customers are everywhere. The internet's really fucking big. People are always like, "Oh, where should I go for my customers?" No, they're everywhere. The internet's huge. Just go wherever you're happiest. I've been tweeting since I was 12. Like I don't know. My friends were on Twitter when I was like in middle school and high school, and so I've just like always been on Twitter. And
Yeah, same.
if I grew up on TikTok, it'd probably be different, right?
Mm.
I don't even have TikTok on my phone, and I'm doing great this year, right? And so wherever you're happiest, whatever platform, like you couldn't imagine your life without. Like some people, that's Reddit, right? Like they love Reddit. I fucking hate Reddit. So just wherever you're happiest, wherever you can make friends, like it won't feel like work. It'll just feel like hanging out with your friends on the internet. And that means you could do it forever because, you're just going to do it forever because it's fun. So,
Sick. Love it, dude. Well, thank you for the time. Really appreciate it. You make me laugh all the time on the internet, and it's been cool to see you, like,
hmm,
your journey happen over time, and you continue to grow. So keep it up, dude.
right back at you, man. I'm really excited for what you're building, and bullish as ever. And we're going to build some fucking empires, bro.
Let's go.